We are in the valley of the Altmühl for 4 days with a mobile home and ride by bike from Kipfingen on the Altmühl River to the Weltenberg Monastery at the Danube breakthrough. Today, on the second day of our tour, we start in Eichstätt. Coming from the RV park, we turn into Austin Street. The summer residence on the left was built as a representative residence of the Prince Bishops of Eichstätt on the outskirts. The exhibition in the Altmühltal Nature Park Information Center, under the roof of the former Notre Dame Monastery Church, is a tour for all the senses, including a deep look into the underworld and enjoying music under the Baroque domed hall. The garden offers a variety of local flowers and plants. The ammonite shown here as a reference and symbol for the many fossil treasures in this area. As part of the Catholic Reform, the then Prince Bishop summoned the Jesuits to Eichstätt in 1614 and had a spacious Renaissance church with barrel vaults built for them around 1620 on today's Leonradplatz 100 years later. This splendid stucco and fresco decoration was created inside in the Baroque style under the overall theological theme, Work of Angels and Salvation Events, which led to the name Guardian Angel Church. The residence plot was created in the Baroque style in the 18th century by the Prince Bishop's master builder, Gabriele de Gabrielli. The square was expanded with paving stones to include the fountain with a Marian column. Unfortunately, due to renovation work, the cathedral is clad with scaffolding and access to the church is also not possible. So we go to the marketplace, and there is life today, because it is market day in front of the town hall and the Willibald's fountain. And there is nothing better than watching people go shopping at the market stalls. The Willibald's fountain is a reminder of the work of Willibald von Eichstätt, who was probably born around 700 in England. Then worked as a missionary and was later appointed abbot and bishop of Eichstätt after founding a local monastery. He was canonized as early as 989. His fame and admiration only came about during the epidemics of the Middle Ages. Before the big rain comes now, we drive back to the mobile home. It only stops in the afternoon and we then drive to the other destinations in the motor home. South of the village of Funds there is a Roman fort on the so-called Kirkberg, 42 meters above the Altmühl Valley. The cohort stationed here was responsible for securing the nearby lines. The fort was built around 90 AD. Today the northern gate, a corner tower and part of the defensive wall have been rebuilt. While we are here in the valley of the Altmühl River, we learn from the radio that the Limes has been declared a World Heritage Site by Southern Germany, a special recognition for the work of the last few decades. The bridge over the Altmühl River near Funds is one of the most important historical stone bridges in Bavaria. Today it is only open to pedestrians and cyclists. There must have been a river crossing as early as Roman times, because the name of the village Funds, which is derived from the Latin pons, indicates a bridge at that time. The parish church of St. Johann Evangelist, originally on the hill of Walting, was a fortified church with a cemetery fortification. The complex includes the formerly fortified Romanesque choir tower, with the nave and tower top rebuilt in 1723.
Ja, hier ist ja auch schon Totenkopf dran, an dem Schild. So ruhig hier.
Another medieval fortified church stands above Gungolding. Today's Baroque parish church of the Assumption of Mary presumably served as a refuge for the local population. The basement of the church tower with its Gothic pointed arch window on the east side and the cemetery wall with its original quarry stone also bear witness to this. Arnsberg Castle is located high on the rocks above the Altmühl River. The well-preserved outer bailey is now used as a hotel. Remnants of the wall and the stump of the keep have been preserved from the former main castle. We can see the medieval Kipfingen castle from afar. Below the castle is the Catholic parish church of the Assumption, which was built in the middle of the 15th century. Instead of visiting a church today, we would rather have a very good ice cream at the Bauer Confectionery on the market square. The former brewery in Krona from the 17th century here on the market square has been a civic and cultural center since today. At the end of the second day we drive the mobile home to the parking space in Riedenburg. Tomorrow we will take the bus back from here and resume our tour.